just released the reversal E-mini Nasdaq trading system this week, and now it is set up in Multicharts. I want to take a look at one of the differences in the way Multicharts and Tradestation works in this setup. And so if you go in here and you look at format, signal, I'm going to show you this in Tradestation as well, and you want to take long only trades. In Tradestation there's a setting that you can do that. In Multicharts there's an input that's been added in Multicharts, and take long trades is set to true, take short trades is set to false. And so these strategies can take short signals. Some of those short signals are net profitable, although a much more volatile equity curve in this type of market, but these could potentially be used in a bear market sell-off. And this is the setting that you use to turn on short trades. I'm going to show you the difference in Multicharts and Tradestation in that, and I had to write that directly into the strategy. This is an older version of Tradestation, and you can see here if you go format, I'm going to do format strategies. So format strategies, and you come in here and you see the Tradestation has this right here, and in this you can see buy, sell, buy short, buy, sell short, buy to cover. Now this is the buy entry, this is the short entry. So buy is on, sell short is off. These are the exits. This is the sell for the buy signal, and that is on, and this is the buy to cover for the exit for a short trade, and that is set to on, which doesn't matter if this is off. It won't exit any trades if it is off. And so it's simply to make this long only in a strategy that includes long and short, you just simply set this to off, and you can see the long only trades. There's also an exit only in Tradestation where it would take a sell signal and make it an exit of a long signal to add an additional exit in your setup. And so in Multicharts though, we have these as inputs. The inputs that are not shown here are take long trades and take short trades. Those inputs are not in Tradestation because you can do that right here. And so that is the only difference between Tradestation and Multicharts for long and short trade settings. So in Multicharts, these type of things would have to be programmed in. Now let's look at the performance for this setup. V reversal 1, E-mini, S&P. I have these for the micros as well. These are going back 2 years. V reversal, and this is the long only. Here's the strategy performance report. I'm going to go through these quickly. Let's look at V reversal 2 strategy performance report, and you can see the results there. These include $25 round turn slippage and commission. Very good pattern in the last 2 years. Could stop working at any time. Some of these test well prior to 2022, and some of them work on the short side, and these can also some of these also work better with smaller stop losses. These have larger stop losses. They can also do well with smaller. I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute. And so let's take a look at that was V reversal 3, V reversal 4. They're very correlated in the fact that they're buying V reversal type patterns in the market on the E-mini Nasdaq, which you never know how long a pattern like this will last. It's worked a lot longer than I thought, and it continues to work. And so the opposite of that pattern could work. So we have our sell short signals programmed in, and for now we are looking at the long only side. I've turned the short signal and the long signal on at the same time in V reversal 1, and so you can see 82,945 on the long, or 75,775 on the long side, 71.70 on the short side. So not very much profit. And we can take a look at the equity curve. It's a little more volatile. You can see there's more volatility in the equity curve, but you have long and short trades, so you're not as biased if you do that. And then you can look at the trade analysis, total trade analysis. Number of trades is about the same, while the average trade profit is $313 on the long side and $30 on the short side. That is with slippage and commission. And even with the short signal, this is recently near equity peaks. A little bit of a drawdown entry there, and so could be possible that this could be a good potential short trade or time to short the market. This is what happens when I change it to a $1,000 stop loss. The total profit is not as high, and so you can see the equity curve is actually a little more volatile when you tighten up your stop loss. Let's look at that on just the long side. So I'm going to set take short trades back to false. So we're using a $1,000 stop loss instead of a $3,000 stop loss. This also has a strategy exit to where it will exit if it rolls over to the lows. And so not all losing trades hit the stop loss. This one is down 545 today because it got in and it said, okay, if we roll over to the lows, we're going to exit. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it's beneficial to do that. Sometimes it's not. And so let's look at the performance report. So this was the $1,000 stop loss. You can see it's still a nice equity curve, nice performance. 75,000 versus 42,000 though, and the equity curve is still nice. You're not risking as much per trade, so that always makes you feel better. We can see the worst case drawdown is, the last couple of years is within that $5,000 area. Always recommend on strategies like this to wait for a drawdown to start, but it's nice when you can risk 1,000 to make potentially 2,000, and so that is what you can do in adjusting this stop loss. This applies to both the TradeStation and the Multicharts version as well as the micro version. These are the micros in Multicharts with similar performance summaries of 1/10 the size. So we're talking 1/10 of the results. And so I'm going to change that back to $3,000 and short only. This is the short only signal. Moving on to V reversal 2, turning on the short side and long side at the same time. You see 91,375 on the long side and 1/10 of that, 97.75 on the short side. And here's the equity curve, more volatile, but you still have short trades going and a decent equity curve with $25 round turn slippage and commission. And your total trade analysis shows about the same number of trades on longs and shorts, and the average trade profit is about 10 times higher, since the total net profit is about 10 times higher with about the same number of trades. So definitely a bull market environment that we've been in, and it's obvious when you try to trade this market how difficult it is to short it. But when you keep the short signals in, you still have the opportunity to take advantage of short trades and potentially profit from any sell-offs if the market does decide to sell off. I changed the stop loss to 1,000 instead of 3,000. The profit target is 200. What's interesting is this strategy is improved because the short side improves a lot on this strategy when you add a $1,000 stop loss instead of a $3,000 stop loss. And so what you get here is you have the short side is better, the long side is worse. Nice equity curve though, and so you could have a different stop loss for short trades than you do with long trades. So how would you go about customizing it for different long and shorts if it's not programmed in a TradeStation strategy? What you can do in this situation, and the reason that I've set stop loss to true and profit target to true, you might wonder, why would you ever want to set your stop loss to false? And this is why. And so we keep the profit target to true, and what we're doing now is we're taking the base stop loss and setting it to false, and you could add a custom stop loss such as stop loss long exit, stop loss short exit. And so those are added to this, and your position basis is false, which means it's on a contract basis. So you're keeping your long stop loss at 3,000, and another number that's smaller than that may also work, and your short stop loss at 1,000. And then you say, you can do the same thing in TradeStation here. You say close, and then we wait and watch and see what the performance summary shows. View strategy performance report. You still get your 91,000 on the long side, 15,000 on the short side, and a really nice equity curve. What you could also do is you can look at the stop loss on the long side. Maybe a $2,000 stop loss works better in this combination. We're just using big numbers. We're not running optimization down to the penny. And so you can see here 87,000, that goes down a little bit. And so not a big difference though, so you might want to keep that $2,000 stop loss because it can be more comforting than a $3,000 stop loss. Keep in mind this strategy still uses the exit rule, oftentimes, that if it takes out the low of the day, then it will exit. And so right now this strategy entered right here at this area. Let's see if I can get the price on that. Let me zoom in to click on the price. And so you get this price here entering at 17,553, and if it rolls over to the low, we'll exit 17,504. So just under $1,000 on this long trade would be the risk on this trade with a max daily entry of 1. So not all of your losses are the size of the stop loss you set, and so that is how that works. And so this ends up being a decent short strategy as well as long strategy, considering the market environment that we're in. Using a smaller stop loss is always great. Most of the time you have to increase your stop loss to get higher average trade profits. In this case, we're able to increase it on the short side. And the short trades, they either work or they don't, so getting out quicker on a short trade makes sense the way this strategy works. And so this is a way to customize long and short trades, how to keep short trades. And the latest V reversal, same principles apply for TradeStation setup, same principles apply to micros using 1/10 of the numbers. If you're a subscriber, you can test these setups with the others 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and customize it on. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.